Alright, y'all. I'm gonna make this video. I've been saying I'm gonna make it for a while, but I just haven't. And reason being is that I just wanted to make sure that I got all my emotions out, my extensive extra emotions out about the situation before I made a video about it. So I will start by saying that, again, my videos are not made to bash anybody. My videos are basically made to just explain some shit I've been through. Like, to be like, y'all know what shit happened to me? Yes, it happened to me. I know it happened to you. So a couple months ago, I made a post basically saying that I found out that the guy that I was in a relationship with for almost 6 years was married the entire time we were together. And the first question that I got a lot was, how did you not know? So let's just start by saying that he was not married in the sense of he's living a separate life. He was just married on paper. So now with that being said, I know that the general consensus might be, oh, so why are you upset? Like, he's just married on paper. It's nothing. But let me break it down to you. So when I start talking to people in general, like even on some friendship shit, I always tell people, please don't lie to me. I have a big problem with people lying to me. Like, I cannot begin to explain the magnitude of how much I really hate being lied to. So that's something that I stress when I meet people. That's something I stress when I'm getting to know people. That's something I stress when I'm dating people, because I do not lie. I don't lie because I don't really feel the need to lie. There's literally nothing that I would have to lie to anybody about, because why? If we're supposed to be building or getting to know each other, there's no reason for me to lie to you. Now, there's some things that I would just be like, listen, I don't feel like talking about it, or I don't think you need to know, or I don't think we need to discuss this right now, or something to that effect. But I'm not going to lie to you. Why? Because I don't like being lied to. Like, I would prefer that you just told me, like, listen, I don't want to tell you, or something like that. Don't tell me a lie. Just don't say shit, because the fuck. So my preference is going to be for you to tell me that you either don't want to tell me, you don't think I need to know, you're not comfortable telling me. Something that is the truth is what I would prefer. And a lot of people don't understand that rationale of thinking, because some people just think that, oh, well, if I can't tell the truth, I might as well lie. No, you could just say you can't tell the truth and give the reason why you feel like you can't, or don't want to tell the truth. That's 100% fine, because it's not a lie. And I always tell people, especially entering into a relationship, that the main thing that I expect is not to have anything unexpected pop up. So I don't want anybody from the outside of my relationship to be able to come tell me something about you that I don't already know. I stress this. This is like a big thing for me, because I'm not going to have you out here looking stupid, and I would appreciate the same thing. Like, I don't ask for much, but that's one thing that I ask for that I always hope that I get. I can't guarantee it. I've never actually gotten it ever in life. Every relationship I've ever been in, something has come out after the fact or during a relationship or something. So I don't think it's a big ask, but apparently it has been for me. So we can keep trying and hoping that we get it. But I just wanted to stress to y'all the reason that I had an issue with being lied to. So now let's go back and revisit some things. In the beginning of our relationship, maybe months into dating, this man came to me and pulled oh, let's get married right now. Let's go get married. I'm so in love. I want to have a family with you. This, that, and the third. Da, 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 da. Now, granted, this is not the fastest that someone has told me that they love me. This is not the fastest that someone had told me they wanted to have kids with me, build a family, all this good stuff. So it wasn't alarming to me. But I was just like, nah, it's too early. I feel like we need to get to know each other better. I don't think it's a good idea to just run off and get married. Yo, he was already married. So when I brought this up to him after I calmed down and we had a conversation about it, he was just like, oh, I guess we would have just had to figure it out. The fuck you mean we would have just had to figure it out? You knew you were married. You knew we could not get married. And yet, here you go with this bullshit. So when I first found out, and this is also what got me, and I confronted him, he made it seem like I was being delusional and I was making shit up. And it was just like, what are you talking about? I was never married. Then when I provided the receipts of his marriage license, he then replied with, mad smug, oh, well, that was just a note a few months later, hence why I said I was never married. Like, I told you I wasn't married. Da, 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 da. Like, it just gave this air of, okay, and this is why I said that. I said, oh, okay. So I hit up his mother because I was pissed at this point, because I'm like, okay, you was in my face for these 6 years, going back and forth. He loves you, he's this, he's that. You talking about marriage to me, he's talking about marriage to me, and you planning extra grandbabies, but you also know that he's married, right? So I hit his mom up like, so nobody was going to tell me this man was married for the whole time I was with him? And she didn't reply. To this day, she has not replied at all. She never said anything to me. Then he's like, oh, when you text my mom, why'd you text my mom? I said, because I'm really curious to understand why nobody was really gonna ever tell me. Like, I'm not understanding why I was never gonna be told. Oh, because it was a no, this, that, and the third, and he's still lying to me. So now I'm like shaking. Granted, I'm not in a relationship with this man. Almost a year out. So he has no reason to lie to me, except for the fact of the matter that we had sex like a month before this. So that could be a reason. But yes, we backslid. I had a moment. We had sex in December. So maybe that could be why he was trying to keep this lie intact. I don't know. Maybe he thought it would happen again. But I made it very clear that there was no future for us. And it was a one and done. It shouldn't have happened. And it was a lapse of judgment on my part. So it was clear it was over. So I still don't understand why he was still lying. So once he lied again and tried to make me feel stupid, I then replied with the divorce papers, which were just a few months after we broke up. So he got married in 2005. He didn't get divorced until 2021, a couple months after we broke up. So then it was like, oh, well, it's not what it looks like. So now I'm pissed, because it's like, you lied to me not once but twice in my face, and then doubled down on the lie. And then once I showed you your shit, now you're talking about, oh, it's not what it looks like. Oh, it was just on paper and I tried to forget it because XYZ. Nah. You know why? Because this is what pissed me off. If you try to forget it, you forget it, right? You don't actively go out of your way to lie and hide it from me. And this is what I mean. Now, his ex-wife, I went to school with, so I know the girl. The girl knew we're in a relationship. According to her, he told her and her mom that I knew the story or whatever, right? First of all, I'm not having a baby with somebody who's married to somebody else. It just don't make no sense. I'm not in a relationship with somebody who's married with somebody else. I'm not planning a future with somebody who's married. Like, that shit don't make no fucking sense to me. So she hit me up once, and she was really apologetic, and I really didn't understand why she was so apologetic. I'm just like, okay, whatever, I know y'all used to deal, whatever. She said she's trying to reach him and he's not getting back to her. So I asked him, I'm like, yo, she's trying to reach you, what's going on? This nigga's gonna tell me, oh, she's trying to reach her daughter's father, some paperwork. So I'm like, yo, why do you need to reach her daughter's father for some paperwork? Like, he don't got a mother, he don't got no family. Like, I don't understand what the big deal is about her reaching her baby daddy. Like, you the only person in the world that she could talk to about reaching this dude? Oh yeah, and if it's a big deal, I'm not gonna do it, yada 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 yada, blah 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 blah. And that's where we left off at. We left off at, he not gonna do it because I have a problem with it, yada yada yada. I didn't really have a problem, I just didn't understand why nobody else in the whole world was able to help her give some paperwork to her baby daddy, right? I left it alone. Come to find out, of course, after the fact, because God loves his children, and it came out that she was contacting him to get a divorce. So now he's telling me like he hid it because when we first started dating, I told him that I wanted to be somebody's first wife. Now, anybody that knows me knows that idea would never come out of my fucking mouth, because I don't even want to have a wedding. So how am I, who does not even want to have a wedding, want to tell somebody that I want to be their first wife and deprive them of a wedding experience because I'm not really checking for it? So it will make sense for me to want to marry somebody who either does not want to have a wedding or who's gone through it already and is not really big on the whole wedding shit. So it just doesn't make sense. I've never felt like that, and he tried to convince me that now I don't feel like that, but before I did. And then I had to flip it back, like, okay, let's say in some alternate universe that I told you this, right? You're basically telling me that you knew that who I wanted to deal with and what I wanted for myself and what I felt that I deserved for myself was not you and your situation. So you lied and defrauded me into believing that you met my qualifications because you wanted to be with me and I didn't want to be with you, basically. So you lied to get what you wanted, and you held on to that lie for our whole relationship because you wanted me. Because later he's texting his ex-wife like, oh, I told you I didn't want to lose her, and that's why I never told her, and why would you do this, and this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, that shit was just pissing me off. And I will kid you not, I wanted to punch him in his fucking face. And I don't hit men. I'm not that woman. I'm not violent towards men because I feel like if you get me to that point, we just don't need to be together. So I've never raised my hand to a man. I threw a printer in the direction of a man so he could feel the breeze, and he did. I did not throw it at him. I threw it close enough, but not at him. But I don't really condone violence. I don't hit men. I'm a believer of, if you hit, we gonna fight. I don't want no man hitting me. I don't hit no man, right? So this is where we are. And I was so angry that I couldn't say shit to him because I really wanted to fight him. Like, I was so mad at this point because it's like, you just defrauded me. Like, you defrauded me into this relationship with someone that I didn't want to be in a relationship with. You just pretended to be somebody else, and then you're saying it back to me like it was okay. And then you try to pull the, oh, but we had good times, and none of the good times. All those fucking good times was built on a fucking lie. So why are you trying to hold up anything good that happened when the whole shit was built off of a fucking lie of somebody that you pretended to be, somebody you were pretending to be? So you were never authentically yourself at all over the course of fucking 6 years. And that shit pisses me off, because you also made it seem like you made a lot of fucking comments about, oh, I would marry you, but, oh, I could marry you tomorrow, but, oh, like you always brought up this marriage shit like I was the fucking problem. Nigga, you was already fucking married. And then it's like, if I didn't break up with you, we would still be together. So what the fuck is you telling me? Like, come on, bro. This ain't it. Like, see, I said I was gonna make this video after I was not super emotional, and I'm not super emotional. But here we go with all these fucks, these F-bombs. Like, it's coming out because it's like, I feel like the situation is just so fucking ridiculous that even if I'm not upset anymore, like, it's still gonna come across like this, because this was just really fucking ridiculous and real fucked up. Like, seriously, it was like really fucked up. And then after the fact, he's gonna tell me that his mother, first of all, I wasn't rude to his mother. His mother came to my house to drop off my child, and she said good night, and I said, yeah, good night. I said it just like that. I was like, good night. And she was like, I was like, and that was it. If I was being rude or disrespectful or whatever, and God, I was wishing that night that my mother did not raise me right, because I wanted everything in me to just ignore her and close the door in her fucking face. But I didn't do it because I couldn't be rude to her. Because at the end of the day, I felt like she was doing what she felt like she needed to do for her son. So her lying to me, or her keeping the lie up, or whatever you want to call it, was her doing what she felt like was right for her son. And if I'm speaking candidly, and if I'm being 100% transparent on how I feel, that's part of the reason why he's such a fucked up individual, is because you lying and upholding the bullshit. And this is where we are. So yeah, I was upset at her. I was upset with her, because you smiling in my face, hugging me, telling me you love me and all of this stuff. We break up, you calling me, getting us back together, talking about he loves you. You lied to me for him many times, and I caught the lie many times, and I let it go. But for me, like, this was it. Like, this was like the big thing that was just like, nah, I can't fuck with it. And that's how I felt. So no, I wasn't all smiles and hugs and shit when you came to my door, but I most definitely was not fucking disrespectful. And then he's gonna fix his mouth to tell me that I don't need to treat his mother any kind of way, or I don't need to talk to her any kind of way, because she deserved whatever the fuck she gets. She deserved however I feel. You can't tell me I can't be upset at somebody who lied to me. You can't tell me how to feel. And I hate when people do that. They do some fucked up shit and then tell you how you're supposed to feel about it. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me don't be upset, or you're not supposed to be upset, or you can't. Nah, fuck you. I'ma feel my fucking feelings. So if I'm mad, I'm mad, and whoever I'm mad at is gonna get it. So yeah, it wasn't her issue, but it was her issue, because I thought at minimum we had our own relationship. And we had our own whatever. So I felt like she betrayed that. So yes, I felt like she did something to me. But then again, I thought about it after the fact, and I was like, you know what? She's a mom, and she's just doing what she felt she needed to do to protect her son's little secret. But for me, she did him a disservice, and so did his father. Because somebody should have told him at some point to tell the truth. Like, that was real fucked up. And I had conversations with him since, and I really just told him that I hope he does better by his new girlfriend, because she don't deserve it. And I really hope that she don't have to go through half, a quarter, a tenth of the shit that he put me through. And I know that I'm not going to go through that again, because I'm not. I refuse. So at the first sign of anything fucked up, I'm out of there. I don't have the time, I don't have the patience, and I don't have any more grace to give. I don't have any more time to see somebody as human and forgive them for mistakes. No, you're going to treat me how I deserve to be treated, or you're not going to be around, and that's it. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you look like. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care anymore. If you don't treat me how I deserve to be treated, if you don't give me what I'm giving, if you don't put me at the level that I think I deserve to be at, I'm not entertaining you. And you gotta go. So no, it will not happen to me again. I lived, I learned, I have no regrets. I have some hurt feelings, but I have no regrets. And that's that story. And y'all know I can't stay on track, but I tried. And I hope that clears that up for y'all. That's all my feelings, all packed up into this video. And that's just it. And I'm not going to discuss it again. Just is what it is.